Are you ready for some jaw-dropping news that could shake up the NFC West? With whispers swirling about a major trade involving a star receiver, the San Francisco 49ers find themselves on the edge of a thrilling new chapter. What impact could this have on our fierce rivalry with the Rams? The stakes have never been higher. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button to stay in the loop with all the electrifying updates about our beloved 49ers. The Los Angeles Rams have officially decided to trade away Cooper Kupp, and that's a massive move shaking up the NFC West landscape. But what about Matthew Stafford? With the 49ers set to clash with the Rams twice in 2025, facing a team potentially without their Super Bowl-winning quarterback seems like a desirable scenario for us Niners fans. Yet, it looks like Stafford isn't going anywhere just yet. His wife, Kelly Stafford, recently confirmed that he wants to play again in 2025. She mentioned on the Morning After podcast that while speculation about his future is valid, there's much to figure out before that happens. It's encouraging to hear that Stafford feels good, despite dealing with injuries like 4 cracked ribs last season. But let's be real. Just because he wants to play doesn't mean he'll be at his best. That lingering uncertainty creates a bit of a cloud over the Rams' future, especially with them trading Kupp. If they're moving one of their key offensive weapons, could we see Stafford's effectiveness diminish? Or even worse, could he be next on the trading block? Now, let's talk about the implications for the 49ers. With the Rams having beaten us 3 straight times, the rivalry is heating up, and these strategic moves in LA can significantly shape the competitive balance in our division. Coach Kyle Shanahan has his work cut out for him after a tumultuous, injury-plagued season. The NFC West in 2025 is wide open, and the 49ers need to capitalize on this shifting landscape. But here's the big question. Is trading Kupp a smart move for the Rams? Honestly, I'm torn. On one hand, they're clearing some cap space and potentially setting themselves up for future success. On the other hand, they're losing a game-changing receiver, which could jeopardize Stafford's ability to produce offensively. A lot depends on how they rebuild that receiving core and whether Stafford will have the support needed to perform at a high level. The uncertainty surrounding Stafford's status adds another layer of intrigue. Will he be the same quarterback we saw lift the Lombardi Trophy, or will he decline? It's hard not to let emotions get the best of us as fans. We've seen how quickly fortunes can turn in the NFL. You have to consider the potential ripple effects of the Rams' decisions here. If Stafford struggles or gets injured again, the 49ers could find themselves in a much more favorable position to reclaim the NFC West crown. But if he comes back strong and is supported by a solid roster, we could be in for some tough matchups. As a passionate fan, it's exhilarating to think about the possibilities for our team, while also feeling that tinge of anxiety about what the Rams might do next. Mike Florio recently shared some thoughts that have set the 49ers fanbase abuzz, especially as we look ahead to the offseason. As we all know, Brock Purdy is now eligible for a contract extension, and there's been a lot of speculation about what direction the team should take. Florio, a respected analyst in the NFL community, suggested that the 49ers should take a cautious approach with Purdy, advocating for 1 more year before committing significant salary cap space to him. Now, let's unpack that. On one hand, I get where Florio is coming from. Over the past 2 seasons, Purdy has led the 49ers to incredible heights, including 2 NFC Championship games and a Super Bowl appearance. He shattered the franchise record for passing yards in a single season, throwing for 4,280 yards in 2023. Those are impressive numbers, no doubt. But then we have to consider the reality of last season, where injuries plagued Purdy and the team ultimately finished with a disappointing 6-11 record. Do you think this was the best decision? Honestly, I'm torn. On one side, Purdy has shown flashes of brilliance, but on the other, the decline in his performance during 2024 raises some serious questions. With a passer rating of just 96.1 and a drop in touchdowns and yardage, it's hard not to wonder if he truly deserves a top-tier contract. Florio speculated that while the going rate for elite quarterbacks is around $60 million per year, he'd consider offering Purdy somewhere between $35 to $40 million. That's a significant commitment for a player who still has more to prove. A lifelong 49ers fan, I can't help but feel the weight of this decision. This isn't just about dollars and cents. It's about our future as a competitive team. If the 49ers lock in Purdy for big money now, Will we be able to build the rest of the roster around him? Will we have the resources to keep our defense strong and maintain our offensive weapons? These are the kinds of questions that keep me up at night. And let's talk about the emotional side of this. We've seen our fair share of heartbreaks and triumphs. Remember the excitement of Purdy's emergence? He brought a spark to the offense that had been missing for years. That hope is what keeps us fans engaged and optimistic. But with that hope comes the fear of making the wrong move. If the 49ers jump the gun and offer Purdy a big deal only for him to underperform, it could set us back significantly. So, what's the best path forward? Should the team let Purdy play out his current contract and give him another year to prove himself? Or should they go all in and secure him now, hoping to avoid any potential bidding wars down the line? I find myself leaning toward the idea of giving him another season. It gives both Purdy and the organization more time to evaluate whether he can consistently be the franchise quarterback we need. And you, what do you think? I want to hear your opinions down below. Do you believe the 49ers should extend Purdy's contract now? Or is it wiser to wait and assess his performance after another year? This debate is crucial for our team's future, and I know each of you has valuable insights to share. Before we wrap this up, I want to remind you to stay connected with all the latest 49ers news and analysis. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your fellow fans, and subscribe to the channel for all the updates as we move through this critical offseason. And of course, activate the notification bell to get all the latest updates. Let's keep this conversation going in the comments, and as always, go Niners!